What if I told you that Japanese households have been using their microwaves to do things most Americans have never thought of? Here, the microwave is where coffee goes lukewarm and leftovers go rubbery. In Japan, it is a real cooking tool, the quiet workhorse behind steamed custards and candy-sweet vegetables restaurants charge you $15 for. Japanese home cooks have used clever microwave tricks for generations that solve every one of those problems. A few of these I learned from my grandma Yuki, who never explained a single one of them. Today, we are counting down 29 smart Japanese microwave tricks that will make your life easier. And by number 1, a plain sweet potato is going to taste like dessert. Let's get into it. Number 29, clean the whole microwave in 5 minutes with no scrubbing. Dried-on splatter laughs at a sponge. Fill a bowl with 1 cup of water and a few lemon slices, run it 5 minutes, wait 2 minutes, then wipe. The steam condenses inside and softens the food so it lifts off, while the lemon acid cuts grease. This is how Japanese home cooks keep a spotless kitchen for the price of a lemon. Number 28, rescue a brick of rock-hard brown sugar. You reach for it and find a lump you could break a window with. Lay a damp paper towel on top, cover, and microwave in 15-second bursts until it gives. Brown sugar hardens when the molasses film around each crystal dries out, and the added water replasticizes those crystals. You save the whole bag instead of tossing it. Number 27, peel a full head of garlic in one go. Peeling clove by clove with sticky fingers is a small misery. Break the head apart, microwave the cloves 20 seconds, and the skins slip right off. The moisture under each skin flashes to steam and pushes the papery layer away from the clove. Works on ginger too. This is how Japanese home cooks blow through stir-fry prep. Number 26, get nearly double the juice from 1 lemon. You squeeze and get a sad trickle, while half stays locked inside. Microwave the whole lemon 20 seconds, cool it, then cut and squeeze. Heat ruptures the tiny sacs holding the juice and thins it so it flows instead of clinging. You pull far more from the same fruit, and 1 lemon does the work of 2. Number 25, sterilize a grungy sponge in 2 minutes. That sponge is one of the dirtiest things in your house. Soak it dripping wet, then microwave 1 to 2 minutes. The trapped water heats past the point most bacteria survive. One warning, it must be soaking wet with no metal or you risk a fire. Stick around because number 1 turns a plain sweet potato into candy, and there is a lot of good stuff before it. Number 24, blanch vegetables before freezing so they still taste like food. People bag them raw and pull out something faded weeks later. Spread cut vegetables out, sprinkle a little water, cover, and microwave 60 to 90 seconds, then cool and freeze. That quick heat shuts down enzymes like peroxidase that keep working in the freezer and wreck color and flavor. This keeps a Japanese home freezer tasting fresh. Number 23, soften a rock-hard kabocha so you keep all 10 fingers. Forcing a knife through raw winter squash is a real hazard. Microwave the whole squash 3 to 4 minutes, let it sit, and it cuts like something reasonable. Steam works into the dense flesh and softens the pectin and cellulose holding those tough cell walls rigid. And keep this softening idea in mind because it comes back at number 1. With my grandma Yuki and an argument I lost. Number 22, take the harsh bite out of raw onion. Raw onion can hijack a whole dish with that sharp burn. Chop it, spread it out, and microwave 30 seconds before adding it raw to potato salad or dressings. Cutting an onion forms sharp sulfur compounds called thiosulfonates, and gentle heat volatilizes and drives most of them off. You keep the sweetness and lose the aggression. For mellow, restaurant-style onion. Number 21, bring limp nori back to crisp. You open the seaweed and find it gone soft and leathery from humidity. Microwave a sheet 10 to 15 seconds. Nori turns limp by pulling moisture from the air, and a short zap drives that water back off and snaps the crispness back. Works on the seasoned snack sheets too. a free refresh that keeps a Japanese pantry tasting right. Number 20, make instant asazuke pickles in under a minute. Real quick pickles are lovely, but nobody wants to wait hours. Thin slice a cucumber, toss with half a teaspoon of salt, microwave 40 seconds, then chill fast. Warmth speeds osmosis, so the salt pulls water from the cells in minutes instead of hours. You get that crisp, lightly cured bite almost instantly, a brilliant shortcut Japanese families lean on for a fast side. Number 19, froth milk for cafe-style coffee with no machine. That silky foam feels like it needs $40 of gear. Fill a jar a third full with cold milk, seal it, shake hard 30 seconds until foamy, then uncover and microwave 30 seconds. Heat denatures the whey proteins, which wrap the air bubbles and lock the foam so it does not collapse. Pour the milk, spoon the foam on top. Barista foam for nothing. Number 18, bring hard fridge rice back to fluffy. Cold leftover rice goes dry and stiff, and people give up and toss it. Sprinkle on a tablespoon of water, cover tightly, and microwave 60 seconds. When rice cools, the starch recrystallizes and hardens, a process called retrogradation, and steam reverses it back to soft grains. And forget the old line that microwaves cook from the inside out. They heat the surface water first, and the center finishes by conduction, which is why the water and lid matter. Number 17, warm miso soup without ruining it. Most people blast it to a furious boil and wreck it. Heat only until it is steaming and barely trembling, never boiling. Miso carries delicate aroma compounds and live cultures, and a hard boil drives off the fragrance and flattens the flavor. Gentle heat keeps it bright and savory. This is the line between restaurant miso soup and hot, salty water. Number 16, pre-cook EGG plant so it stops drinking oil. Eggplant in the pan soaks up every drop and asks for more. Prick a whole eggplant and microwave it 3 minutes before cooking. Raw eggplant is full of spongy air pockets, and microwaving collapses that structure so there is nowhere for oil to hide. It cooks up silky instead of oil-logged on a fraction of the fat. This is how Japanese home cooks get glossy eggplant without deep frying. Number 15, steam broccoli so it stays bright and keeps its nutrients. Boiling in a big pot leaves greens drab and stripped. Add 2 tablespoons of water, cover, and microwave 2 to 3 minutes. Because you use barely any water in little time, the water-soluble vitamins stay in the food instead of leaching into a pot you pour down the drain. That fear about microwaves destroying nutrients has it backwards. And stick around for number 5, where you make real mochi in about 2 minutes. Number 14, toast sesame seeds for a nutty aroma that wakes up a dish. Raw seeds taste flat, and pre-toasted ones go stale fast. Spread a spoonful on a plate and microwave 60 to 90 seconds, stirring halfway until fragrant. The moisture drives off, and Maillard reactions build hundreds of toasty aroma compounds. My grandma Yuki's kitchen smelled exactly like this at 6 in the morning, out of a little chipped bowl she never let me wash properly. You will appreciate it faster than I did. Number 13, make a fast kombu dashi that tastes like it simmered all day. People skip real dashi thinking it is fussy. Wipe a strip of kombu, add 2 cups of water, and heat gently until hot but never boiling, then steep. Heat pulls glutamate, the source of savory umami, out of the kombu while staying below the point it turns bitter and slimy. Clean deep stock with almost no effort under an enormous amount of Japanese cooking. Number 12, rehydrate dried shiitake and wakame in minutes, not hours. The classic overnight soak does nothing when dinner is now. Cover them with water and microwave 90 seconds, then rest a few minutes. Heat speeds water back into the dried cell walls, and in shiitake it releases guanylate, a compound that hits with deep, meaty umami. You go from bone dry to plump fast. This is how Japanese home cooks keep big flavor on the shelf. Number 11, make crispy vegetable chips with no frying. Store-bought veggie chips are pricey, greasy, and mostly air. Slice lotus root or sweet potato, paper thin, pat bone dry, and microwave 4 to 6 minutes, watching the end. The microwave drives out the water while the edges brown through Maillard so they crisp with no oil. Yes, your microwave can absolutely make things crunchy, another myth gone. A shattering chip for pennies. Number 10. Make sake steamed fish, sakamushi, silky, and never overcooked. A delicate fillet goes from perfect to tough in 15 seconds of inattention. Set the fillet in a dish with a tablespoon of sake and a pinch of salt, cover, and microwave 2 to 3 minutes on medium. The gentle, even heat sets the proteins slowly instead of seizing them like a screaming pan, and the sake carries off fishy odor. And now, the last 3 turn your microwave into a tiny restaurant kitchen, number 2 especially. Number 9, make an onsen-style soft egg with a jammy yolk. That luxurious soft egg looks like a professional-only move. Submerge an egg in a bowl of water, pierce the yolk, cover and microwave on low in short bursts until the white just sets. Yolk and white firm at different temperatures, and low heat lets you stop where the white is set and the yolk stays soft. Always pierce it and use the water bath or it can burst. Number 8, set a clean kanten jelly like mizu yokan. Gelatin desserts are fussy and melt on the table. Stir agar powder, called kanten, into liquid, microwave until fully dissolved, then pour into molds and chill. Heat dissolves agar's polysaccharide network, and as it cools, that network reforms into a firm gel that holds even at room temperature. A light, elegant Japanese dessert with a clean snap. Number 7, melt chocolate glossy and smooth without scorching. One hot spot turns chocolate into a grainy, seized mess. Chop it and microwave at 50% power in 20-second bursts, stirring between each. Low power melts the cocoa butter gently while keeping the milk solids and sugar below the point they burn and seize, and stirring evens the heat. Silky, pourable chocolate every single time, faster than a double boiler. Number 6, bake a fluffy, mushy pan mug cake in 90 seconds. Heating a whole oven for one serving is absurd. Whisk flour, a little sugar, an egg, milk, and baking powder in a mug and microwave 90 seconds. 3 things happen at once. The baking powder releases carbon dioxide, the starch gelatinizes into structure, and the egg protein sets to hold the shape. A warm, cloud-soft cake in the time it takes to find a spoon. Number 5, make real stretchy mochi from scratch in 2 minutes. Everyone assumes mochi needs an hour of pounding with a giant mallet. Mix mochiko glutinous rice flour with water and a little sugar into a paste, cover, and microwave in 30-second bursts, stirring hard between for about 2 minutes. The starch, almost all amylopectin, gelatinizes into that chewy, stretchy body. Warm, pillowy mochi, ready for sweet bean paste. Genuinely transformational, and it feels like magic the first time. Number 4, cook perfect short grain rice with no rice cooker. Not everyone owns one, and stovetop rice is where people scorch the pot. Rinse 1 cup of rice, soak 30 minutes, drain, add 1 1/4 cups fresh water in a deep bowl, cover loosely, and microwave 5 minutes on high, then 10 on low. As the grains absorb water and steam, the starch fully gelatinizes into soft, glossy, separate grains. Real Japanese rice from a bowl. Number 3, make kakuni, melting braised pork belly, pork tender fast. Traditional kakuni simmers for hours, which is why people never try it. Microwave chunks of pork belly with a little water for several minutes to par cook, then finish with a short simmer in soy, mirin, sake, and sugar. Heat starts hydrolyzing the tough collagen into silky gelatin while the fat renders, collapsing the timeline. Glossy, meltingly tender, mahogany glazed pork belly on a weeknight. Number 2, make silky chawanmushi, the savory egg custard restaurants charge $8 or $9 for. It seems far too delicate to try at home. Beat 1 egg with 3/4 cup of dashi, strain, pour over a few small morsels, cover, and microwave on low in short bursts until it just sets. The whole game is gentle low heat, which coaxes the egg proteins into a smooth, trembling custard. High heat curdles it into a pitted mess. Get the power low for glass smooth chawanmushi. And here we are at number 1, the trick that changes everything: a candy sweet roasted sweet potato with no added sugar. Blasted on high, it comes out hot, wet, and merely fine. Instead, microwave a whole sweet potato on the lowest power setting, slow, 10 to 12 minutes. Here is the beautiful part. Sweet potatoes carry an enzyme called beta-amylase that converts bland starch into maltose, an actual sugar, and it only works in a low, slow temperature window. Keep it there and the potato sweetens itself, honeyed and intense. My grandma Yuki roasted hers slow in the oven for hours, never a microwave, and told me flatly mine would never be as good, and she was right. Hers was better. But this gets you shockingly close in 12 minutes. There you have it, 29 smart Japanese microwave tricks that turn the most ignored appliance in your kitchen into one you actually reach for. Start with 3 or 4 this week. Steam clean the box, slip your garlic skins off, bring day-old rice back to life, and cook 1 sweet potato, low and slow, to taste what happens. Your cooking gets easier and better immediately. A few of these came from my grandma Yuki, who never explained a single one of them, and who would be quietly pleased they are in your kitchen now. Drop a comment and tell me the one thing your grandmother did in the kitchen that you never understood until later. And subscribe if you want more deep dive Japanese cooking content, because I have so much more coming you do not want to miss.